wrestling. I've been a fan of wrestling for as many years as I can remember, and I watched every WrestleMania in existence. And tonight, March 30th, right? That is the date.
Yes.
Whew, dodged a bullet on that one. Was WrestleMania 24 held in Florida, Orlando, Florida, no less, and it just ended just literally a few minutes ago. And tonight we are going to be discussing what we thought of WrestleMania. Hello, Tex. Good to see you. Okay, so let's start with the beginning here. Firstly, you said at the outset, I believe, Colin, that you liked WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And comparing and contrasting it to other WrestleManias, where do you think this one fits in?
I think it was okay. I don't think it was the greatest WrestleMania.
Okay. Do you have a favorite WrestleMania? Myself, I'm a fan of WrestleMania 18. I mean, that's the WrestleMania that I like the best. Of course, that was because Stone Cold Steve Austin was in it, and he thoroughly destroyed The Rock. Or, sorry, The Rock. Yeah, that's right. Pardon me, I got confused.
Apparently.
Or was it 17? No, it was 17 that destroyed The Rock. Pardon me, I may have my facts back. I think it was WrestleMania 17 that Stone Cold Steve Austin handily defeated The Rock, and I think it was WrestleMania 18 that Hogan and The Rock faced off, I think. So if I'm hideously wrong, I'm going to get really embarrassed, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. Let's start with the main event of the night. This is what's probably going to get a lot of controversy on here. The main event of the night was, of course, The Undertaker versus Edge. And I should warn you guys now, if you have not seen WrestleMania and you plan to see it, you should probably turn your volume down, because we may give out a couple little thing. And if your ears are hurting, I don't care. So did the main event, did you feel, did it deserve to be the main event tonight? Edge and Undertaker?
Yes.
Yes, and how do you defend that answer?
Well, I think out of all the matches that were on the card, I think it was one of the best.
One of the best.
Yeah.
And that was because it was kind of a seesaw, back and forth type of match.
Yes.
I thought what they did really well is they made The Undertaker look kind of like an old man, really hanging on there. It seemed to be a more realistic match than, say, the Floyd Mayweather match, where he was facing this guy's like 150 pounds? 135 pounds? But wrestling a guy that was 500 pounds! And he lost! The 500-pound guy lost the match! How is that possible?
I don't know.
See,
it baffles me.
To me, it just doesn't make any sense. I can't believe it. It's just unbelievably horrible. It should not have happened that way. But anyway, I don't write the show. If I did, people would probably actually watch it. But anyway, that's a whole other story. What did you think of the Floyd Mayweather thing? I mean, honestly, I brought you on here because I know you'll be honest. And you won't just go with popular opinion. What did you think?
No, I personally thought it should have gone the other way. I think that it was... I think Big Show should have taken it.
Right.
But
I agree
with that whole.
Sorry, never done it. Go on.
I don't know. I just think that the Big Show should have taken it. I don't think Floyd Mayweather should have gotten, or it should have happened the way it happened.
And your thoughts on the Triple H triple threat match with Triple H, John Cena, and Randy Orton? I believe I called that John Cena was going to handily win that match. Handily win it. Or, sorry, Randy Orton, I'm sorry. I believe I said that Randy Orton was going to win it at the beginning. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you did say that.
And was I right?
Yes.
I have a tendency to be right quite a lot, don't I?
Sometimes.
All right, now there are some people who did not like the Fred Factor. What am I saying? Everyone loves the Fred Factor. There are some people who don't like WrestleMania. And some people are saying that they thought it was the worst WrestleMania ever. In fact, Cam, if you're listening right now, you were in the Fred Factor. And I believe you said that you did not like WrestleMania. In fact, I think you said it was the worst WrestleMania ever. If that's the case, why don't you call into the Fred Factor right now, and we'll have a debate here about your views on WrestleMania, because I know you're a big wrestling fan. You understand a lot about the way wrestling works. I'd be very curious to hear what you have to say about WrestleMania 24, which I'm sure by the time this comes around tomorrow morning will be a very controversial show, because it's very, I don't think a lot of wrestling fans, some of the hardcore wrestling fans, are going to appreciate the show as much as they did previous WrestleManias. Would you concur with that statement?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Don't elaborate or anything.
Okay.
Unbelievable. While we're waiting for that to happen, what about the Ric Flair situation? I mean, it sounds like perhaps possibly Ric Flair may not be wrestling again. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, think Ric Flair is one of the greatest wrestlers. I think he has contributed a lot to the sport over the years.
After Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course. Because we all know that Hulk Hogan and Steve Austin are two of the best wrestlers ever. Anyway, that goes without saying. I'm sure you would agree with that.
Sure.
Okay. Well, so you would agree then that Ric Flair's contribution to the wrestling is not quite as much as say someone like Stone Cold.
I disagree with that statement.
What are you saying? Unbelievable. Ric Flair was a great man, and if that was in fact his last match tonight, I feel that it was something that we will certainly remember, but not one that. And I'm ringing. I was ringing. Hang on, my phone was ringing. I accidentally answered it. Well, I didn't want to talk to that guy anyway. Why are all these bubble tea lovers in here? What's going on? I don't understand that. We'll be talking about that a bit later. Cam, are you still on with us online here? Because I'm not hearing my phone ring, and you were supposed to discuss this with us in more detail. Cam is a bit of a wrestling expert, and yes, many people think they are wrestling experts. That is. But what did anyone in the chat room think? Did anyone in the chat room happen to watch WrestleMania tonight? WrestleMania 24, which comes directly after 23 and before 25. Yes, you, the wrestling expert. Why don't you call me, Cam, and we'll talk about your opinions of WrestleMania, because I'm sure you have some interesting thoughts on wrestling, especially since you saw it tonight, apparently. Well, how did you say it was the worst WrestleMania ever if you didn't watch it? You just said worst WrestleMania ever. Oh, unbelievable. Unreal. He didn't... oh, my goodness. The lead up. This is unbelievable. So you didn't even watch WrestleMania. This is unbelievable. See this guy? See, this is the problem. People have judged it by cards. You have to see the experience. It's experience. Would you agree, WrestleMania?
Yes.
Yeah, the opportunity to be part of it. Okay, I'm ringing. Finally, I'm ringing. This is the Fred Factor.
No, of course I did not watch it. I'm not going to waste my money on WrestleMania 24.
Why not?
It had the absolute worst lead-up, the worst card. I have seen a worse WWE, or a year of WWE since, I can't remember. This has been the worst year of WWE I can remember.
The worst year for the WWE.
Yeah, I think I might have watched like 3 full episodes of Raw this year. I don't think I've watched SmackDown all year.
Unbelievable. So
yeah.
I'm shocked to hear that, because this was supposed to be like a really good WrestleMania with the triple threat match and the Ric Flair match, the career threatening match. Floyd Mayweather was on the card.
I hate when celebrities get involved in it. Like Donald Trump last year, hair versus hair. Like,
great.
Oh, come on.
Snoop Dogg was at WrestleMania 24.
Oh my God, who gives a shit?
Yo, Sub-Dizzle.
Wrestling, not boxing, not like you're fired.
You're mad.
Trapped.
You're mad.
What?
You're mad about this WrestleMania card.
I am.
You're angry.
WWE, it's gotten so far away from wrestling.
Unbelievable. Okay, the Playboy Bunny Lumberjack match?
I didn't even hear about it. I looked at the card and I said, screw it.
So, did you watch WrestleMania 23?
I did.
And have you seen all the other WrestleManias?
I've seen most of them. So
this is one of the few that you could have watched this one, right?
I could have.
And you specifically chose not to.
I'd rather spend my money at ECW where I'm guaranteed to watch wrestling, not a bunch of idiots dance around.
Unbelievable. I can't believe I'm hearing these things. You're supposed to be a wrestling connoisseur.
Mainstream wrestling is so awful. If you want to watch good wrestling, watch ECW, any independent wrestling. The mainstream guys can't do all the stuff the indie guys do because they don't have a month in between the tours, right?
Colin, you have something you want to say about this?
The WWE guys have to go on the road so much when ECW guys can do anything they want because they've got like a whole month in between.
What are you talking about? The Undertaker is one of the best wrestlers ever.
Used to be.
Oh, there's some fighting words. You want to say something?
Oh, come on. Oh, man, he's going, Tombstone, drop the guy in his hand. Oh, I've seen it for, 16-0 now? I've seen that for 16 WrestleManias now.
Yes. And so he doesn't impress you then, this Undertaker guy?
Not anymore.
Oh, but he used to. Oh, you want to say that, Colin? I know Undertaker happens to be your favorite wrestler.
Yes.
You have anything you want to say to Cam about the way he's slagging your favorite guy? Oh, he's a god.